Where will Facebook and Twitter draw the line?
Well, the line isn't very clear. Right now it's a little bit subjective, and that's one of the problems with these policies is they all happen behind closed doors. And while Facebook will say that it's always had a very consistent policy against this kind of hateful behavior, those policies tend to be enforced when users report them. And we were talking about Facebook groups earlier. Groups are these places that sort of hide outside of the content moderation on Facebook because it's like-minded people talking to each other. It's a place where these kinds of stories can go viral, the memes related to the alt-right, they can go viral there, and then people might not report each other and to the content moderators to take it down.
So let's talk about what Uber and Airbnb are doing, because how do you tell if a guest is a racist or a passenger is a racist? Uber has told its drivers they don't have to pick up racists. We've
learned that Airbnb actually cross-reference the user accounts with what people were saying outside on social media. So that's a very unconventional approach that they took, where people were not actually espousing these views on Airbnb, the site, but in fact off the site, and then Airbnb took that into account, probably for the safety of the people who were holding these people in their homes.
Now, we have also been talking about PayPal cutting off relationships when it comes to payments on their site. Apple cracking down with Apple Pay. Tim Cook did send an email to employees yesterday saying, "I disagree with the president and others who believe that there is a moral equivalence between white supremacists and Nazis and those who oppose them by standing up for human rights. Equating the two runs counter to our ideals as Americans." Where does it stop?
I think a lot of the tech executives right now are having to come out and say things like what Tim Cook is saying. We saw a statement from Mark Zuckerberg yesterday. We even saw the Cloudflare CEO, who's coming on next, talk about the fact that it's very difficult now when you have these ideas being propagated on your platform. You do sort of have to think, okay, well, where do we fit into this? Are we a tool that's helping this grow? And I think a lot of the executives are grappling with it, and it's a subjective problem right now. But a lot of the free speech advocates I was talking to say, when you have such a small set of companies and leaders deciding what should be on the web, there should be a little bit more transparency down the line for exactly how these decisions get made.